Hey you guys, what's going on? I just wanted to add a quick note before this video started. One, as you can tell, this is a much longer video than the normal picks videos because I finally have a guest this week. You will soon find out who that is. But anyway, me and this guest ended up rambling for quite a long time. So I know we go into other topics in this, but the picks video will be this. But then we stayed on a little bit longer, and there'll be another note at the end of the video pretty much wrapping this one up. But we ended up going up a little bit longer than I intended, talking about other stuff. So that will be a whole separate video probably coming out tomorrow. So I just wanted to add that. And also, my guest, he doesn't do YouTube a lot. I mean, essentially that just narrowed down who it is. But anyway, he doesn't do YouTube a whole lot. So if there's any weird things with his mic or if you hear noise in the background, he's not used to this. So please forgive him whenever you hear weird noises. I tried to edit out most of them, but obviously I'm going to miss a few. Anyway, hopefully you guys are excited for this video and enjoy. Hey you guys, what's going on? Welcome to week 11 of the NFL picks. Last week was pretty interesting. I went 8-5, Weave went 5-8, and Cole went 8-5, making the current record. I am back in first place at 77-58-2, and Weave and Cole are both 76-59-2. But this week, you can probably hear him breathing in the background.
Da, da, da.
Cole is finally back on the channel.
It's Cole.
It's been a while since you've been on the channel, honestly.
Almost a year now.
I think it's been over a year. That podcast we recorded never went up.
What?
That last one that we recorded all in my living room?
I worked so hard on that one.
Yeah, there was audio issues and it never went up. Plus, all the podcasts were deleted off my channel. So you've actually technically never been on the channel now.
Oh. So, this is my debut.
Yeah, it's technically a re-debut, I guess.
Yeah.
But like I said last week, we're going to start picking Thursday night games now because it finally clicked in my head that I have time to record the Thursday picks videos. And this will probably go up like Thursday afternoon or so. It'll go up before kickoff.
And you can also, I'll probably be able to be on all of them if you're going to do them at this time.
Yeah, I'm hoping next week we can get Weave in here too. That'll be fun.
Especially
you may have to re-download Skype because we're doing this on Facebook.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this. The first Thursday night game we're ever picking on this channel, New Orleans at Carolina. I'm going with the Panthers. Weave goes with the Saints, and Cole is going with the Panthers. Any reason behind this? I almost went with the Saints because the Panthers have been pretty bad this year.
Yeah, they're really inconsistent, but I went with home field on this one.
Yeah, I went with home field, and plus the Saints' defense is still really bad. No matter how bad the Panthers have been, the Saints still have one of the worst defenses in the NFL. So
yeah, I just haven't trusted the Saints since that scandal on their defense, right?
The Bounty Gate?
Yeah,
that was like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, they have not even been good since then. They've been really inconsistent.
That's actually true. They've been a crap defense since then.
Yeah.
Also, with the graphic, I'm still doing it where they just all pop up at once, so it's less editing for me. No, that's kind of lazy, but I have other stuff I need to record.
Well, I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, plus it makes it easier for everybody to see our picks.
Yeah, and then we still go over every game, so I don't think anyone's going to mind. And then we have the next game, Arizona at Minnesota. Me and the Weave are both going with the Cardinals, and you are still going with the Meltdown Vikings.
This is the last week I'm going to invest in the Vikings.
So if they lose this week, you're done with them for a while?
I am done with them because they're going to be done for the season. But I have hope because they just kicked off the worst kicker in the league.
Yeah. Have they brought in a new kicker yet?
Not that I've heard. They're just going to go with Sam Bradford as the kicker as well.
I feel like that's not a good idea. I feel like that's an actually horrendous idea. I bet Stephon Diggs can kick.
Adrian Peterson.
I bet Diggs can kick.
Probably. We need someone who can kick because Blair Walsh has lost us like 2 games.
Don't they have a receiver that was like in rugby or something? Don't they kick a lot in rugby? I don't know. I never watched rugby.
That German guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the practice team, but
I bet he can kick.
Well, I mean, I don't know. He's German. He probably can.
Okay.
I'm sorry to every German listening. I hope that doesn't offend you.
It's YouTube. You'll offend everybody. Anyway, yeah. Chicago at the New York Giants is the next game, and all 3 of us are going with the Giants. As much as I don't want to, the Bears are really bad.
Bears.
The NFC East this year. How did we go last season to like sending? What were the Redskins like 9-7?
Yeah.
We sent the 9-7 Redskins to the playoffs, and now none of us have a losing record.
I was just thinking that the NFC East has completely done a U-turn because a couple years back it was one of those leagues that everybody laughed at. Now it's one of the strongest ones in the league, I think.
The Eagles are 5-4 and last in the division right now.
That's
is
crazy.
insane.
And they're one of the more impressive teams in the whole NFC.
I don't think it's more impressive. I think it's more surprising.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Because like I saw a bunch of, I want to talk about this for a second, and we'll get to the next game here in a minute. But I saw a bunch of Browns fans before the season started saying they couldn't wait to have a top 5 pick from the Eagles. So normally I feel sorry for Browns fans. But after that crap, I am so glad you guys are 0-10 because you're getting a top 5 pick, but it is not going to be our top 5 pick.
Oh, yeah. You think they wouldn't be as excited for getting a top 5 pick every year? You think it'd just be one of those things, oh, it's another wasted pick.
Well, I think they were more excited because I think they all knew they were going to get, or thought they were going to get 2 top 5 picks that they could bust on.
Yeah, I guess so.
But normally,
they're never going to be a good team.
Normally, I feel sorry for Browns fans, but after that crap, I don't think I'm ever going to feel sorry for them again, honestly.
Yeah.
Because they trashed the Eagles so much. Like, oh, you guys moved up and took an unproven quarterback. Yeah, now you're down to your 3rd string.
See, I'll never feel sorry for Cleveland because LeBron.
Well, yeah, that and the Indians just made it all the way to the World Series. So
yeah, so they can get over it.
They used all of their sports powers on basketball and baseball.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then the next game, I'm going to say this involves the most surprising team in the NFL. Tennessee at Indianapolis. All 3 of us go with the Titans.
I've been following the Titans since they got DeMarco Murray, so I've actually been watching all their. Hey, don't you talk about my boy like that?
I will talk about your boy like that when he gives up on my team 8 weeks into the season. I don't care what the scheme is. I don't care what your situation is. You do not quit on a team 8 weeks into the year.
Well, look at him now. He's doing well. It's working out for both teams that he left.
It's really not. All we got is a 4th-round pick out of it, which I think ended up being Wendell Smallwood. So I guess that's good. Smallwood's been playing well.
That was
not Zeke Elliott well, but like 3rd or 4th-round pick well.
DeMarco Murray's like a top 10 back still.
It's also helping that this coach understands the scheme and he has a good O-line.
Yeah.
Because last season we had a good left tackle and a good right tackle, but our center has been crap this year and last year. Our guards have been garbage. So, yeah, it's been interesting. Thanks, Chip, for releasing one of our best guards.
It's kind of like the Vikings. They have no line.
But see, that was also kind of covered up by the fact that you had, they had arguably the best running back in the NFL. Like, I don't care what everyone else's argument is. To me, Adrian is one of, easily top 10 running backs of all time at this point.
Top 5. He's top 5.
Top 5, yeah. I said top 10 just to kind of, guarantee it. But top 5, I could definitely see an argument. I could see an argument for maybe top 3.
Yeah. I don't know. He's starting to get so old to the point where I don't know if he'll be able to make it into top 3.
Well, eventually he's gonna start losing his speed.
He already did last year. You could tell he lost his speed, not to the point where he sucked, because obviously he was the leading rusher last year.
Yeah,
but he's not the kind of back he was. And
well, that's gonna happen with any back at age.
It's like 30, 31.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about. I remember watching him at Oklahoma.
I know. It's really weird. And then, it's also weird. DeMarco Murray's starting to get up there, too.
Yeah, and Bradford. Bradford's already in, his 6th season, 7th season?
Yep. It goes by fast.
Yeah, and we got kind of off topic on that. Anyway, all 3 of us went with the Titans. And then...
so your viewers know, that's just what we do. We get off topic really easily when we talk. So
definitely.
It happens.
And then the next game, Tampa Bay at Kansas City. All 3 of us go with the Chiefs. Pretty obvious reasons, I think.
Jameis Winston sucks.
Winston's been good this year. It's literally been everything else on the team. They're down to the 3rd string running back. At least Mike
What
Evans is
happened to
finally
Doug
playing
Martin?
well. Martin's been injured all season. I know because my fantasy team sucks because of it.
Oh,
He's still riding my
that's
bench,
kinda-
though, because I know he's good, and once he's healthy, he's going to be good to go. But my first-round pick
Yeah.
was Todd Gurley. My second-round pick was Doug Martin.
Oh,
I'm 3-7.
that sucks.
I lost this last week by, like, hold on, let me pull up the score. But I know the Bucks have not been good, like, anywhere but quarterback this season. Especially, I mean, Jaquiz Rogers was playing really well at running back, but then I think he was injured because I had him on my fantasy team too, and then he was out. Yeah, it has not been a good
That's
season
the-
for me on
Yeah.
fantasy football.
Well, I haven't really been paying attention. To
Oh, Martin actually
my
did play this
own,
week. He got 10 points. Okay, but I lost. The winner had 94.3. I had 94.04.
It's just not your year.
I lost by 0.26. And I
That
don't know how
sucks.
often I can say this, but had I started Dak Prescott over Tom Brady, I would have won.
You'll probably never say that again.
Also, had I started Gurley over McKinnon, I probably would have won. I don't know why I didn't. It was one of those weird gut feeling things. I was like, yeah, McKinnon's going to have a good week. Yeah, McKinnon sucks. I need to drop him.
Well, McKinnon has no line.
Well, that's true as well. But then
Never start McKinnon over Gurley.
The next game, Buffalo at Cincinnati. I went with the Bengals, and you and Weave both went with the Bills.
Yeah, I just think Cincinnati's not good. They're not a good team this year.
I mean, they're definitely not. They're 100% not a good team this year. But
yeah,
I still don't think the Bills are a good team.
I think the Bills are good enough to beat the Bengals. I think the Bengals may win this one. This one was a tricky one because the Bengals are at home.
Yeah.
They just came off a really close loss where I looked at the highlights of that game and their line could not protect Andy Dalton, and I think the Buffalo Bills have a pretty impressive front seven as well. So I think
Yeah.
the Bills should be able to pull this one out.
It's going to be close, I think. I think it'll be a close game, but I think the Bengals get it.
And, I mean, another thing, I don't think Giants are really that good this year. They've honestly been the luckiest team out of every team this year. So that's why I didn't feel good about Cincinnati. I think the Bills should win, but there's a good chance they won't.
Yeah, I feel like you also went with the Giants because Shepard.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for those OU players. I'm telling you.
He's a
They
dirty
cloud
cheater.
my judgment.
Anyway, next game. Okay. Pittsburgh at Cleveland. All three of us going with the Steelers. Honestly, though, I know all three of us go with the Steelers here. It would not surprise me that much if the Browns get a win here. Because the AFC North has been ridiculous this season, and I
Yeah.
think at this point any game against the Browns can be a trap game.
I think so as well, but I just think the Browns are so terrible that they may never win a game ever again.
At least I don't like. There's a really good chance they could get one, maybe 2 wins this year, but
They should have. They should have closed out some early games. They could actually have a pretty decent record.
why did they bench Kessler last week?
Kessler?
Kessler's been
I
playing
wasn't
well this
following.
season, and I don't know what the reason was for benching Kessler from McCown, but I know McCown ended up losing the game, so they're 0-10 now.
Yeah.
Not really much else to
just-
say about that.
The only thing about the Browns, I feel bad about Robert Griffin. I really wanted to see him make a decent comeback year, but he got hurt first game of the season, so
Sorry about that.
yeah.
Next game, Baltimore at Dallas. Hate to say it, but all three of us are going with the Cowboys. I say they go to 9-1.
Yeah, Dallas just looks like a solid team this year.
Stupid. I don't like this.
Yeah. Ezekiel Elliott.
He wasn't even your top choice for a quarterback. You wanted Wentz,
Yeah.
and you settled because you wanted Wentz, then you wanted Lynch, and then you wanted. They probably wanted Hackenberg more than Dak, and then they got Dak.
Yeah. Dak
I mean,
is
I think
probably
had,
got to be the biggest surprise. I mean,
had either quarterback been there, had Goff or Wentz been there at 4, I think they would have taken Goff or Wentz, honestly. So I think Wentz was the number 1, Goff was the number 2, Lynch was their 3, and then Dak.
yeah. I don't know.
But obviously, it's
Dak
working
has
out well
been-
for him. So
Dak has been amazing, but gosh, who would you rather want in the playoffs, Tony Romo or Dak Prescott? I take Tony Romo any day. People are just caught up on the Dak train and not
they're
realizing
going.
that
Here's
he's
the thing.
a rookie.
Right now, if I was Jason Garrett, Jerry Jones, whoever decides the starting roster, I would go with Dak right now because he has the hot hand.
Hmm.
The offense is clicking. You've won 8 in a row. There's no reason to switch quarterbacks right now. I know Tony is a great quarterback, but with the offense working the way it is right now, you don't interrupt that.
Yeah.
That's like the tradition in baseball where, like, if a pitcher's pitching a perfect game, you don't talk to him
Hmm.
because that could screw him out of his game. You just don't mess with that at that point.
Yeah, I mean, but that just shows you how fragile it is. I mean, let's say Dak Prescott has a couple bad games. You throw Tony in there and see what he can do, and then I don't know. It just seems like if you're going down to the last possession, you got Super Bowl in the Super Bowl, and I'd rather have Tony Romo win any day.
But even if they don't go to the Super Bowl this year, that team is still relatively young. They're Zeke and Dak are only going to improve at this point, I think, unless they have, like, for some reason, serious regression,
Hmm.
which I can only pray for.
If they keep that offensive line together, NFC East is going to have to pray that they can find a way to stop them. Because
See, we can get through their line. That's the one thing I like about the Eagles front seven is we can counteract the Dallas O-line. That looks like it's a good battle every time. What gets us beat is we have garbage corners.
Hmm.
Which I swear to God, if we do not spend this first round pick on a lineman, a receiver, or a corner, I'm going to lose it. We have to spend it on one of those. Unless there's like a superstar linebacker wherever we're at.
I don't know.
cool.
I think you guys need another quarterback.
No, we're good. But the next game is Jacksonville at Detroit. Jacksonville was supposed to be like, I'm not going to say good this season, but they were definitely expected to do more, and all three of us go with the Lions. Stafford's played really well this season, honestly.
Yeah, and I thought Jacksonville was going to be a playoff team this year.
I definitely thought that too.
But, yeah, I mean, Stafford
Because
is
the
just,
AFC South is not a very tough division.
No.
So I
It's
figured the Jaguars had a really good chance to win the division. Because I didn't think Osweiler was going to be good anyway. Osweiler's been crap, but somehow they're still 6-3 over in Houston. I have no idea how, but
Yeah. Well, I really thought Jacksonville was on the cusp of becoming a really good team, like the Oakland Raiders. I thought they were going to be with the Oakland Raiders making a comeback, but Blake Bortles might have to find a new job. He's not playing too
he's
well.
regressed so far, and I think you've got to blame the coaches at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But then the next game is the Miami Dolphins at the LA Rams, who for the first time this season are starting Goff. And all three of us still go with the Dolphins.
Well,
when you don't have a team around you, I do not care who your quarterback is.
Yeah,
He's got a running
LA's
back and a D-line. That is his entire team.
LA was just a big tease this year. They came out of the gates losing their first game to San Francisco. I think they won 3 straight after that, and everybody started getting on the LA train. And then I think they've lost almost every single game since, except for last week.
Death, taxes, and Jeff Fisher's team going 7-9. That's about all
Yeah.
life's guarantees.
Yeah, they'll probably go on like a 3-game winning streak just to get to 7-9 in the season. But
Well, I saw
that
a
3-game
thing on
winning
Reddit. They went through and looked at all of the teams' like old records and like what they finished as. And the Rams are 5-4 right now, and it showed like they're 4-5, I think, and it showed they finished 7-9 last time.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
So yeah, the next game, New England at San Francisco. Do I really even need to explain this one? All
I don't
three of us
know.
go with the Patriots.
I had second thoughts about this one.
Did you really?
No.
I mean, granted, Chip was the head coach of the Eagles last season when we walked into New England and beat them somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how we did that. That was some voodoo magic, but because Brady apparently only has like a handful of losses at home in his career, and I think I think we handed him his first home loss in his career where he was leading at halftime.
Yeah, that's good old solid Sam Bradford there, working his magic.
I think that was special teams and defense. I don't think the offense did too much.
Yeah.
Like Sproles had a punt return. Jenkins had a pick six for like 95 yards.
I remember, when was that game? Was that during when I was in basic?
Which one?
The New England Philly game.
I believe so because I remember I was in Tulsa because we were on our way back home and I was like, I didn't even watch the game, honestly. Because we were doing stuff all day anyway, and I was like, I'm not going to take time out of my day to watch us lose.
Yeah, that's right.
And then all of a sudden on the ride home, I was like, oh, I guess I can check the Eagles score. And I was like, what? How? How did we win?
Well, I mean, that was the one surprising win I remember last season. But, I don't know, Sam Bradford.
Us winning in New England, yeah, that was definitely surprising.
Yeah, Sam Bradford, who I remember wasn't that impressive that game. It was mostly, like you said, the...
You still there? Cole? Cole? No. But anyway, back to what we were saying. Yeah, last season we won that on special teams. Next game, Philadelphia at Seattle. I went with the Eagles. Not even going to lie, 100% pure bias. And you and Cole, or you and Weave, you're not Weave, sorry.
Yeah.
You and Weave both go with the Seahawks.
Plot twist. I've been the Weave this whole time.
Dude, that'd be an amazing plot twist.
I know.
Except for, that would explain why you were tied, but...
Yeah, what?
You're tied in the records right now.
So I have like a split personality between Cole and the Weave. I guess
they both pick football games the same.
Yeah, and the other side of my personality just has no personality because he doesn't have a nickname.
Yeah, pretty much. Or that's why you don't have a nickname, because you don't have two of them.
Yeah, well, I need one.
But anyway,
we need to get this trending on Twitter. Give Cole a nickname. Hashtag.
You don't want me to do that.
Please don't.
Because I can only imagine some of the nicknames.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what in the world are you doing?
Sorry, that was me.
I just hear static in my ear, like, what the crap?
Yeah, that was me.
So, I went with the Eagles, you two went with the Seahawks. Really don't think there's much to elaborate on this game.
Well, these are the kind of games that bring us back. So I was very happy to see that the Eagles had a bad matchup, because this is how we take the lead in the standings.
Well, there's that, but there's also that chance that our defense shuts down their offense. Because you got to remember, the Seahawks have a trash O-line. Straight trash.
Really?
Their offensive line is one of the worst in the league. Russell Wilson essentially has to snap the ball and immediately take off.
Oh, dang.
So if we QB spy with Jordan Hicks or someone, I think we could do okay. We'll shut down their offense. We just somehow have to get, I'm saying at minimum, 10 points on the board. Somehow.
Yeah. 10 points. You guys are probably going to have to get around 30 points to be.
We have yet to have a game where we did not score 20 points. We're the only team in the league so far.
Really?
Every game we've had, we've scored at least 20.
I don't know. I think you guys have a chance to win this. But Seattle just beat New England, so they're a pretty solid team this year.
Yeah, they're a pretty solid team, but New England also just traded away their best pass rusher.
Why?
He wanted a new contract and apparently was asking a ton of money, so Bill Belichick said to the Browns with you.
That's
and
funny.
traded him for a third-round pick. I mean,
Good
the
old
Browns...
Bill Belichick.
Okay, I know we made fun of the Browns earlier, but honestly, I say give it 2 to 3 seasons. If Hugh Jackson stays there and they give him time, I think he can not build a Super Bowl contender in 2 to 3 years. That'll take a little bit longer. I think he can build a solid team in 2 to 3 years. Because look at the Raiders. They drafted well for 2 seasons, and now they're one of the best teams in the league.
I could see them getting Deshaun Watson this draft.
I don't
picking
think,
it up.
as an unpopular opinion as this is, I don't think you take a quarterback this year. Kessler has looked decent. I say build a team around him. Give him another season. If he looks promising, great. You have your quarterback. If he doesn't, ditch him. And maybe draft someone else. Because the quarterback classes over the next couple of years don't look strong anyway. There's no one.
Mayfield.
There's no one in college right now, including Baker, that I think is going to transition well to the NFL.
Lamar Jackson.
No, I mean, look at their styles don't translate well.
Yeah,
There has been one quarterback that I can think of, or two, I guess, if you want to count Cunningham, that has successfully came in and kept the same style like that and been successful, and that was Vic.
Yeah.
And he is arguably like one of the greatest, like top 10 athletes in the NFL history.
I think
terms of
it worked
speed,
out for Johnny
agility.
Manziel.
Well, see, like Manziel, Baker reminds me a lot of Johnny Football without being an idiot off the field.
I think you're wrong on that comparison. I think, well, I would have agreed with you last year, but if you look at Mayfield's stats this year, he's actually grown into a really great passer.
Yeah, but a lot of his style is still like to get away from like in case the line breaks down, he uses his feet a lot to get away.
Yeah.
And in college, you can do that because when you line up against a college D line in the Big 12, you are probably maybe lining up against one pro starter.
Yeah.
In the NFL, you were lining up against 4 or 3.
I agree with you. I
So
think
like if they get your hands on you, you're going nowhere.
I think Baker hasn't been doing that as much this year because he probably heard what you're saying, and he's probably trying to adjust his game a little bit. He's still a little bit of a happy feet kind of player, but
He's
been staying he's been staying in the pocket a little bit more this season. But
If he's successful in the NFL, I think it'll be as like a Brett Favre type quarterback. Like let him do what he needs to do. Don't try to dictate how he runs, like you can change his mechanics to be a more pro-like quarterback, but don't try to dictate how he plays. Like how Shanahan let RG3 run, and then the next coach like didn't want RG3 to run at all.
Yeah.
When you have a quarterback like that, you cannot take away their mobile ability.
That's
like
true.
with Cam, if you try to make Cam become a pocket quarterback, it will not work. Because that's not his style. That's not what he's used to. He's used to being able to run whenever shit goes down.
Right. Well, I think if he's going to succeed, he's probably going to have to be a little bit like Russell Wilson. Obviously, he's not as athletic, but...
Man, I'll say this moment, or I'll say what I was thinking here in just a couple minutes after we get through these next 2 picks. But anyway, the next game is Green Bay at Washington. Me and you both go with the Redskins, and Weave goes with the Packers. I don't know, the Packers have been really bad this season.
Yeah, that's a terrible pick, Weave. I'm sorry to say. Packers are a train wreck.
Don't say that. It brings bad luck. This is a good pick, I promise, Weave. You'll win.
Probably. yeah. Weave's going to win. He's going to win every single game. And we're going to lose every game. Even if we picked it the same.
Literally going to have 20 minutes to get ready for work. This has gone on way longer than I thought it would.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, but the next game is Houston at Oakland. This is the Monday night game, and all 3 of us go with the Raiders. I think this could very well turn into a beatdown.
Yeah, Oakland looks really good this year.
Did you say Oklahoma?
They both look really good. No,
I said you said Oklahoma.
I said Oakland.
Okay. Well, anyway, so all 3 of us go with the Raiders. Texans haven't looked good this season with Osweiler. Okay, so I know that ended kind of abruptly, but I pretty much went from that into the next topic. I didn't intend for this to be 2 videos, which is why I did that, but it is going to be 2 videos. The one tomorrow, it has nothing to do with NFL, really. We talk about college football, but that will be a video tomorrow. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys hopefully with another guest next week. We're going to try to get all 3 people on here. Might be kind of tough, but I will talk to you guys next week.